It's a new dawn in our sport. So the prestige involved, I haven't seen a caliber field that we have assembled here today in my lifetime in the sport. So much on the line today.
Ashley Gentle from Australia will claim the first ever PTO Canadian Open. It's in Blumenfeld, and he's still sprinting to the finishing line.
He doesn't know any other way.
Magnus Ditlev, he is overwhelmed.
Paula Finley, the Olympian, the local girl, crosses the line and
Puts his foot down.
And look, he has left Sam Long in his wake.
my goodness.
That's incredible. Look at that. Look
Chelsea
at that.
Sotero.
Saying, not today, my friend.
Gustav Eden, the man who has dominated this mid-distance, is going to win.
And look, he's lapping up this round. I am definitely 100% back, baby!
Claims maximal point. International team. Aaron Royal crosses the line.
Ollie Lawrence. Job done. Annie Howe adding to that tally.
This is it.
Here we go, that #1 lead spot.
Not lost, a PTO race. Time to celebrate.
Ashley Gentle has done it again.
I feel different here. I love that. Kind of in your peace. Over the years, it started to become a bit like a home for me. The love for the mountains, I probably got from both. My mom is very connected to nature. My dad, he used to be a mountain climber and he did lots of expeditions. Walking up the mountains gives me a lot of joy. Peace, also calming. I did my first 4,000 meters when I was in the stomach of my mom. I can't really talk to my dad so much anymore because he's very sick. His whole passion is the mountains. Whenever you talk with him about the mountains, his mind goes very bright. I really don't like to talk about training. I need to have the balance. Yeah, I would say I'm extreme. It's hard for me to stop thinking about it. Yeah, balance or like that peace. I do sacrifice. It's a huge part of my life. I see challenges. It's definitely gonna be a brutal battle. It's gonna be tough. You need pressure. You need to be strong. You need to be fit.
Heavy is the head that wears the crown. And no more is that true than with Jan Frodeno and Daniela Ryf in triathlon.
Have you had any dark days?
Next.
Oh, whoa, whoa.
Wow. Jan Frodeno, he's not happy. He's decided to stop.
It's the expectancy that people have of always performing. You know, we're not machines.
And yeah,
It's
the Achilles.
honestly,
Oh no. That's a tough moment. No, he's down.
The hardest thing about not competing.
Challenge World Champion, Magnus Ditlev.
I missed out on Hawaii. You see the PTO races around the world.
Oh my gosh, what have we got here? That's got to be a cramp for Christian Blumenfeld.
Victory here for the European team. Gustav Iden is going to win.
Yeah, missing that really sucked. It's the expectancy that people have of always performing. It's not always healthy. It can drive you to the sky, but it will also drive you so far underground. There truly are the highest highs and the lowest lows. Even looking at the lows the last few years, it's devastating when you invested in a goal and you really get your hopes up. And things start coming together, and then at the last moment, something just goes boom. I think some of you know it's coming. Pain or emotions of a negative sort are not quantifiable. It's been another one of those weeks. My doctor has just told me that I've shown up with a virus in my blood work, so the doctor has not given me the green light to come and race. When you're facing challenges on all sorts of levels and you can't balance them out, and I personally couldn't balance them out. Yeah, it sucks. It sucks. You know, still believing that I'm able to perform at my best, but my body just breaking down every time. It's pretty tough. You know, your mind can bend a lot of truths, but eventually the hard truth comes in form of an injury. Been a humbling journey to actually realize that, you know, sometimes you're just in the hands of nature.
Is he going to be a wounded animal and bounce back? Now, this is a 40-year-old body that's been doing triathlon for many years. How much more has he got? And also, how much more does he really want it? And if he is ready, is there anyone out there that's better than him? That's the big question.
Christian Blumenfeld. He is sprinting to the line here.
Olympic title, world title, another world title, fastest Ironman time ever. I don't think anybody in triathlon history ever has or ever will do again what he's done.
Putting in the foundation to beat the ass out of everyone.
The races in Ibiza represent a chance, perhaps one that we've not seen, certainly not in recent years. Jan Frodeno to race against Christian Blumenfeld. That's a showdown we've not seen before. We might not get the chance to see that again.
Christian, I've just come from a swim, and it's occurred to me that I'm putting in all this hard work and all this practice, in the hope of seeing you at the PTO European Open. But it's just struck me that for the first time in like 20 years, I need a wild card. Because...
Relax, Jan. I think I know someone who knows someone who knows someone, so I will do a couple of phone calls and get you in, so see you in Ibiza.
Oh man, it's on. Actually gives me goosebumps. Let's go.
That's really going to excite a lot of triathlon fans. These guys have started to transcend just swim, bike and run. We should have all the big names lining up going against one another.
I think the dynamics are going to be interesting for sure. Everyone who's on the start line wants to be winning that race.
We've got Ashley Gentle coming off a phenomenal year.
Ashley Gentle has done it again.
And what she did last year was definitely very impressive, and I definitely feel like she's going to be a strong contender. I don't think you want to start the run with her because, yeah, she's super fast.
Bugs on a windshield, I think, is the expression we like to use in triathlon. Her killer run, if you like. She was just destroying fields, running through them. Over that distance is probably the premier runner in the sport.
I feel like there's about 10 athletes that are just doing exciting things that can win any race on the day.
I think Alistair Brownlee's probably the most exciting athlete in the world to watch do triathlon. And I saw London 2012 and saw Rio 2016. And I've seen him race and just destroy fields from the gun. A lot of people will write Alistair Brownlee off. Or certainly wouldn't be doing that.
No, I feel like it's the most open it ever has been. It doesn't really matter who's on the start list, you just have to show your best performance. Yeah, of course, Lucy. She's an amazing athlete. She's definitely pushing new levels. She'll be up in the swim. It will be a few years till she gets 9 world titles.
I am definitely 100% back, baby!
I'm still also trying to stick around a bit to make it hard for her.
There's a new outspoken generation that's come out and come in and they've made statements and they've performed on the biggest stages.
Magnus Ditlev, who's potentially going to be a world champion this year.
PTO World Rank number 3, 2022 Challenge Roth champion.
The strongest biker we've got now in the sport, who is a front pack swimmer in these races. Chelsea Tara's coming off a whirlwind.
That's incredible. Look at that.
Chelsea Cetera.
When she came into racing Hawaii last year, so she had a bit of a point to prove. Just can she put it together over that distance?
As we can see, poor Sam Laidlow has stopped
I think one of the great things about triathlon is that there's always an opportunity to learn.
and is struggling. You can see Sam Laidlow headlong. He looks very, very dejected right now.
I think Sam Laidlow's really got to back it up this year. Last year was hit and miss, and when they were big hits, they were big, big hits, and when they were misses, they were big misses. It looks like he has all the talent, all the ability. Everything's there for him to do that. Can he go the next step? Can he be winning some of these races? Anne Hagg's definitely a name to be in the conversation for potential winners of any race that she takes part in.
Annie Haug cruise to victory.
But it comes down to her having great race tactics, really good bike legs, and staying in contention in the swim.
It's great to see young athletes coming through, and it makes it unpredictable.
Daniela Ryf and Jan Frodeno are the two biggest names in many ways in the sport still. Both of them are not in the first flush of youth. These are athletes that don't go out there expecting to get beaten, and when they do get beaten, everyone is asking questions as to why they got beaten. When they win the races, and they obviously win so often, it just comes with expectation anyway. Yeah, I think it is a risk for Jan Frodeno to line up in this race. I think Jan Frodeno's Achilles heel is likely to be his Achilles heel. It's going to be injury that's going to be the big fear for Jan Frodeno heading in. But you feel he's going to have to be at or near his best to be in race-winning form in Ibiza. You'd expect him to do all of that, but will it be enough in the PTO European Open in Ibiza? I think Ibiza's a difficult race for Daniela Ryf. I don't actually think she goes into this race as the favourite. Over the middle distance, the threats to Daniela Ryf are coming from everywhere. How Daniela Ryf reacts to those athletes, whether she can truly still be right up there and competitive at the middle distance. It's going to be interesting to see. So it's all to play for.
I think I've developed the mentality of a champion, yeah, for sure. I know what I need to do in order to get myself into a race-winning mode, even though I think it takes a lot more to be a champion than just winning races. Because as a champion, you kind of stand for a little bit more. The one thing a champion doesn't have is an off button.
I like these challenges. I'm focused. I'm very calm.
Christian and Gustav, they've made some strong statements about their intentions.
Incredible efforts out there by Kristen Blumenfeld.
I know when I was at that stage, the pressure within me was tremendous. Nothing compares to the pressure I put on myself every single time I race. They've stepped up to the plate, but they also haven't. If they're anything like me, then yeah, they're feeling the pressure.
Legacy is what you want to leave behind. I'm not done yet. I don't race for fun. The pain is really, yeah, like the tool to be able to push yourself. Push myself harder. No distraction. I will put my best in.
Incredible victory for Europe here as Daniela Ryf claims maximal points.
The pressure I put on myself, I put on no one. once it matters, I'm there.
Don't wanna hide no more.
You can also call it the killer instinct.
I won't run no more.
You know, the classic performance, I definitely know what it takes and when to be a killer.
Given the fields we're going to have, it shows that you can beat the best there is. Not seen that many 100K races yet. Not of this top tier. This would be a real landmark victory for these athletes. But can they compete at 100K? It's much shorter. It's faster. It's compact.
Look at this. We have a pack of 3. She's gone. She's through. Unbelievable.
And race against athletes that potentially are stepping up. Just that relentless consistency. Hardest thing is being consistent.
There's a lot more at stake and on the line.
Day in, day out.
Dominating performance.
And look, he's lapping up this crowd.
They're pushing the boundaries. PTO European Open. It's the first big race of the season. They've had time to prepare. And there's no excuses going into that race.